Hello everyone, Foundation Afro here, and I have some very exciting news for those of you who are fans of Radio Up Live and on the Radio Up Live forum, which I bet quite a lot of you are. Finally, after they've been talking about this pretty much the whole time I've been at Radio Up Live, which is just over 2 years now. Finally, they have their Ready Up Live podcast. First episode just came out today, June 19th. June 18th, sorry. 2014. I'm so excited. So, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the podcast covers. I haven't actually listened to it yet. I could just give you a brief overview what's been put in the Radio Up Live forum thread about it, which I will link to down below. I'll also link it down below to the podcast itself. So, what is in the first ever Radio Up Live podcast? Well, first of all, it is hosted by Nevin Douglas, for those of you who know him, and it is co-hosted by the Chief Canuck. So it's two hosts. There are also two co-hosts for this first episode, who are Green Skull and Rebel Rouser, both from Radio Up Live, both senior members, the owner and the CEO respectively, if you weren't aware. They are both the guests for this week's episode of the podcast. I can't say for sure because this is only the first episode, but I'm told it will be a weekly podcast. You can wait to see a lot more in the future too, and different co-hosts. We'll see who it will be in the future. So anyway, on to the topics. This first Ready Up Live podcast mostly covers the E3 briefings from last week, so it's a really good time to start it because there's lots of video game news. First of all, they talk about Destiny's... I flipped that up. They talk about Bungie's new game, Destiny, which just finished its alpha on the PS4 and has a beta upcoming in just under a month, on the 17th of July, I believe. So they talk about the alpha and the game itself at the beginning of the podcast, so look forward to that. I love Bungie, and Destiny looks like a great game. I'm really excited about that. Second, they talk about Halo and all the crazy Halo news that was announced at E3, which I talked about in my last video. I'll put right about here. So they talk about Halo, they talk about the Master Chief Collection Halo, they talk about Halo... Jeez, you think I'd remember the name by now. The new series that comes with the Master Chief Collection. They talk about Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Nightfall. That's it. Talk about all that fun stuff. There's a special segment by Green Skull talking about Halo and the Master Chief Collection, which he also recently did a video on, which I will link to here. Then they talk about after that they talk about some just random non-Halo, non-Destiny E3 stuff, because Destiny and Halo are really exciting. Radio Up Live's definitely really it didn't really start out as Halo, but it's an Xbox community, and Halo is one of the big things on it. I'm guessing Destiny will be too, just because of the Bungie aspect. So once Destiny comes out, I'm sure we'll see a lot of Destiny stuff on Radio Live, just like we see Halo. So anyways, they talk about other things at Radio Live, things at E3 that aren't Destiny or Halo. That's going to be exciting. And they finish it off with RUL nights. So if you haven't been to any of the RUL nights, they started a couple months ago. They're just a bunch of Radio Live players getting together to play video games. They do Halo 4 and Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto 5 and League of Legends. Those are a lot of fun. So that's a little synopsis of the first Radio Live podcast. Like I said, they're going to be weekly. Right now, as of this video, you can listen to it online or download the podcast. Eventually, sometime in the near future, it's going to be up on iTunes. So if you use iTunes like me, even as a guy who's not a big fan of Apple products, I'm not a big fan of iTunes either, but it's just what I use. It will be on iTunes soon, so you can listen to it that way. And that's about it. I'm definitely looking forward to this episode. I haven't listened to it yet. I've been home for like an hour after getting at work. I knew they were I knew they were recording it yesterday. I believe they recorded it. I knew they were going to do that. And I get home today and it's up in all its glory. It's awesome because I know I've been excited about it, like the whole time I've been at RUL, at Radio Live. They've been kind of on and off talking about it. So yeah, that's about it. Tell me if you've listened to it. Are you going to listen to it? Leave a comment down below. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye everyone.